Hey guys, welcome back to the old mill shed. Today we're finally finishing up the maintenance on Emmitt. So far we've had a basic overview of Emmitt. Let's see what else we go to next. We adjusted the valves and tightened down the head bolts. We did serviced the air filter, the oil filter, and we put a new glass bowl assembly on him. I feel like we've done more, but I don't remember what all we've done to him. I actually need to go back through and look at the videos myself. But today we're just going to finish greasing him up, and I did an upgrade to it last night on the lights. That we was pulling about 15 amps when I had the lights on. It's significantly lower now. I'll show you what I did. And then we're going to move on to something else. I got 3 or 4 of the videos I'm already shooting for you. Okay, so I got some fan mail or questions or whatever you want to call it. This one's from David or David, D-A-V-I-D-E. Thanks for sending me a question. What do you keep on the tractor for when it's being used in the field? I'm guessing for like breakdowns or just normally what I keep on it. We'll cover both. And I am redoing my granddad's TO35. Nice. Red belly with beige sheep. Oh, that's rare. Oh, yes. Send me a picture of that when you're done, if you don't mind. Okay, so again, we're underneath the big shed, so you have to deal with traffic out on the highway. Sorry about that. We're going to start at the back side of the tractor, and the first thing I like to do is these swivels on the 3-point hitch. I just turn them sideways. I actually do this about once a month, not so much a yearly. Maintenance thing is I just do it whenever I notice I'm starting to get dry. Just go ahead, grease everything up good. Let's do both sides over here. Next thing you want to do is right here on your leveling box, you got a grease fitting here. Get all that nastiness off of it. You got a grease fitting there, and you got a grease fitting up here next to the top. You want to put about 2 shots of grease in each one of those, and then you want to run it up and down using your hand crank here. Just keep it up and just run it up, run it down a little bit, work it in. Be sure you put your caps back on. And that's all for that. So while you're back here, you want to put a little bit of grease on your threads. I usually just put a shot there and down here at the bottom, and just run the threads in and out a little bit. I usually do this about once a month anyway, and keep your threads nice and supple so you can adjust it when you need to. And just run it up and then run it back down. Put a little shot on your swivel link up here. I actually took this off and did it a couple days ago. You can see that fresh grease on it. You can take it off if you want to. It's not really any need in it. Just smear that all around. Keep everything nice and greasy. We're up here on the left side of the tractor. Here's your running board peg. You have a tie rod end right here. Put about 2 shots of grease in there. Do the same on the other side. Here on the front of the tractor you have another tie rod in here. 2 shots there. And then down here on the side of the spindle, you have a grease fitting. 2 shots there. And you want to do this on both sides of the machine. Okay, last but not least, you want to grease your front wheel bearings. Now, there are 2 different styles of the center cap. You have this style, which is the original to the machine, And there's another style that has a little recess right here, and there's a grease fitting up inside it, so you just use your grease gun. I will probably be changing over to that style when I rebuild the front end of this machine. But to do this style, you just open it up. Now this is not what keeps the bearings adjusted. You have a castle nut with a Carter key inside of it that you adjust up, so you can take this off. You don't have to worry about your wheel bearings becoming unadjusted. And what you do, get all that nastiness off of them. This grease looks pretty clean. What you do is you fill this up with fresh grease. Just take your putty knife, just put it all up in it, like that. Alright, and when you screw this back on, it forces the grease through the bearings and the races, and it will push the excess, the old grease, through the seal on the back, to where you can just wipe it up, or and if it didn't have enough to begin with, it might not even push it back through. In that case, you might want to do it again. But it keeps, it pushes that grease through the entire bearing assembly to make sure everything's good and lubricated. And then just put your wrench on, run it back in, and just snug it down. Oh yeah, and it pushed it out the back, so we're good. Okay guys, that's basically it. The only difference is some machines will have a grease fitting on the back edge of your radius rods. It sits right below your rear tie rod ends where it goes into your steering box. This one does not have that. Usually enough grease leaks out of my tie rod end, it gets down in there, we're fine. And that's it. I mean, that is the whole thing. Keep your swivel joints greased, keep your leveling box greased, and that's it. I mean, if there's anything that you want to have lubricated, it doesn't have a grease fitting, just get you some of that spray grease, like a little white grease. You can get WD-40. I'm sure there's other brands out there. And just keep everything nice and lubricated. Don't let anything get dry. So the next part of this video is what do I keep in the toolbox, and what was the upgrade that I did. So let's go over the toolbox first. So what I keep in my toolbox is I keep a ratchet with a 7/8 inch spark plug, 7/8 inch deep well socket. I keep a pre-gapped Autolite 3116 spark plug. I keep a number 2 Phillips and a 1/4 inch wide slot screwdriver, a pair of slip joint pliers, an adjustable wrench. I believe this is an 1 16" wrench. I use this for my adjustable link side link. I keep a 7/16", half, and 5/8 combination wrenches. I keep a pair of needle nose pliers. I keep 3 linch pins. The reason that I keep 3 is 2 situations usually where you're going to need them. One, you're going to come up to a piece of equipment that doesn't have, to an attachment that doesn't have any linch pins in it, and it's going to take 2. And sure as you run up on that beginning of the day, later in the day you're going to drop a linch pin and you're not going to be able to find it, and you're going to need one more. I gave a container that has some electrical tape, crimp connectors, and spare fuses, as well as a small roll of orange flagging so that I can mark anything when I'm out in the woods. This will cover 99.9% of what I run into. And you can see here, some of my crimp connectors fell out of my container. I need to put those back. Right behind the fuel tank, in front of the battery, I keep a small first aid kit. Now this is not the first aid kit that you're going to keep in your logging bucket. You know, this doesn't have any tourniquets on it. It's just got some bee sting relief, triple antibiotic. It's got some safety pins, razor blade. Basically just a little boo-boo kit. And what I did is I epoxied a couple of rare earth magnets, or just really strong magnets. Keep it on there. Keep a Ranger band around it to hold everything shut, and it just lives right there on the back of the fuel tank. So what was the upgrade? Well, remember when we shot the video on electrical checks, and we was out here checking the parasitic draw, and I had the lights on, and we were pulling like 15 amps with the tractor running and the lights on, and I had mentioned that I wanted to upgrade all of Emmitt's lights to LED. Well, last night I did. Now I'm going to be honest, I don't like the way they look. To me they look like a bug on meth. However, they're a lot brighter, and they pull a lot less amperage than the old lights. We'll go around and look at the ones on the back. And here we go, here are the ones on the back, and I now have a switch on my work light. So if I'm going down the road and I just got my lights on with the trailer on or something, I don't have to have this on if I don't want to. Okay guys, so that's the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It helps the algorithm a lot. We'll see you next time here under the shed.